Forde, there's a lot to like about what your team put out there today, but in the end it's a 20-point margin. Is that just the gap between the haves and the have-nots right at this moment in the league?
Yeah, I mean, we also had a lot of good looks. I thought they didn't drop for us, So, we can talk about there's areas obviously we still want to look to, get better out offensively. But we left. I mean, even from the foul line, we left points on the foul line. We left some really good looks of the perimeter that generally, you'd back these guys to shoot it and go in. And Adelaide's just a really talented team. So there was a couple of lapses, and there being even the momentum swings that we self-inflicted, a couple of turnovers, a couple of bad fouls that obviously Adelaide capitalised on, and they were just able to chip away that margin because they got out to double digits. We were able to bring it back to 6-7 points, and it felt like we were in touch. But it was always like our margin of error is got to be pretty small. So when we just have too many self-inflicted wounds as well as some good looks that don't go in, Adelaide just got so many weapons that can just exploit it.
Is that just their depth that tells the story there? I mean, you kept Bryce to, you only shot like 20-something%. You did the job, he did the job on him, and a couple of others. Their starters didn't really get going because their bench guys have sort of stepped up and just hit you from different areas.
Yeah, flagged it, especially with the rebounding. They got the import coming off the bench that basically got 5 offensive rebounds by himself in the second. So, and I felt like they scored off of all of them. So, combination of some lapses on the personnel side of things. But then the effort plays, we just got out hustled in a lot of those early possessions, and then after that we just like I said, we just ran out of steam.
Noticed tonight that Cody didn't play tonight. Any particular reason for that? Or
Purely more so on the defensive side of things. I thought again, we highlighted, let's say, like the Sydney game, for example, and with their pressure, we needed a little bit more of an offensive contribution, which Stat provides. Today, with the assignment of Cotton, we sort of passed that one on to Mag, and there was no reason to sub him out.
Exactly. So with your defensive priorities tonight, so obviously a lot of that went into Cotton tonight and that. So did that leave the door open for other players from Adelaide to be able to jump in there tonight?
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing, Cotton's a hell of a player. Scheme-wise, we haven't actually done much different to when we've done previously. I think that says, when you look at the games where, let's say, he's had lower scoring, it's so random. It's Illawarra one week, it might be Sydney the next week, and not to be dismissive of the defensive contributions that Mag and everybody plays, but I think when Cotton goes 6 of 22, I don't think he's going to do that 2-3 games in a row. And so it's disappointing, right, that we allowed again the offensive rebounds, the effort plays. We got back cut and a couple of things, and the other guys got going, which was something we sort of highlighted previously.
And Mawot, tonight you look like you found yourself a real ideal role in this Taipans team, and it's sort of been tracking that way the last few games that we've been watching you. What do you put that down to personally about how you've gotten back to a point where you can be really competitive in these games of basketball?
I'll just give credit to my coaches and teammates. Every day, I'm still a rookie. Every day they come in and keep on motivating me to keep going, keep stacking days, and just keep persevering. Rookie year is gonna be hard, and just credit to my teammates just to help me, and just the daily work every day, just come in and get better. So I feel like those just keep on stacking, and then the work gonna show eventually. So
how do you in that role of being a defensive shutdown type player, and that we know that you can score and do other things as well, but the prime role that you've got at the moment seems to be this in the Taipans team. How do you sort of work on that and prepare for that when you've got an assignment like Ross Cotton?
You gotta just buy into what the team needs. I think we play to win. So that's the main goal. So coming in and just doing whatever it takes to help the team win. So whatever it's play defense, shoot threes, or whatever, or clap on the benches, whatever it takes. You gotta be determined for that, and I'm just very competitive too. So I'm never gonna back down to an opponent or any challenge. But credit to Bryce. He won several and multiple MVPs, and for me to go out there and defend him, it's a big thing. So yeah.
And did you have roles like this when you were at BYU, for an example? Or was it slightly different to what you had? Or?
On a very similar role, always been a defender, known for that, and always been up for the challenge, and yeah.
Another quick one.
So, Forde, not really the result you wanted tonight, but Wardenberg and Andrews made some great inputs in tonight. What can you say about their game tonight that really impressed you?
Yeah, I mean that we kind of got like a big three, right? And so for us, Wardenberg and Drew and Jack are real the barometers of how we go both ends of the floor. Wardenberg is just he just offers so many intangibles for us, and he's still struggling obviously to get to the foul line, which is nothing I can comment on. But his perseverance to keep trying to battle through that contact and try and make plays is been impressive.
Last time you were here, Forde, you talked about reputational calls. We've seen Andrew just get frustrated the last couple of games. Is there anything you want to kind of elaborate and comment on that over the last month, whether things have improved a little bit there, or do you...
Jack's gone 2 games now without a foul shot. And I'm staying. I'm not going to give personal opinions. I'm just going to rattle off things, right? So, when you have the ball, right, and you can look to create off the bounce, obviously there's more eyes on you and there's more attention. The beauty of Jack off the ball, right, is him trying to get open and the actions we could run for him. And there's a lot of things that go unwhistled, and so there's a frustration that builds up for him. Now, I feel like it's not a reputational call for Jack, it's a reputational call because I'm towing the line there. No, I won't say that. So there's that element where he is the only top 10 scorer that shoots the least amount of free throws out of everyone else in that group. Okay? So there's that factual thing. Then you have Andrew Andrews, and we said this from the start, is coming from Europe, high in Europe, who averages over 6 foul shots a game. He comes here and he averages 3. He averages more minutes, less foul shots. And they're quite open by saying he has a reputation as a flopper. Now that obviously spreads through the NBL. And then you have Wardenberg, where, again, based on the NBL numbers from last year, when they talk about the biggest difference in terms of correct calls, missed calls. So not for or against, but correct call, missed calls. Wardenberg's on top of that list. So, yeah, what do I tell the guys? And this is where their frustration builds. And so I understand it from the NBL's perspective. I understand it from the players' perspective. But when they look to me on the court and maybe we get a tech, or maybe and Wardenberg gets frustrated, that's a hard thing to manage with these guys, because are we going to tell Drew what he's done in 10 years in Europe that he has to change? Are we better than the European leagues in that regards of officiating? Wardenberg's been told this, and yet it's still happening. So there is a frustration amongst the group, and it's hard because nothing gets done. So we got other things we're working on that I need to work on, with the group. But when I sit there and I tell them to calm down, I can't tell them to calm down. They're human beings, and so they're going to get frustrated and continue to get frustrated. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, just quickly, Mag, on the back of that, I might ask you about the officiating, if you don't mind.
Who, Mag or me?
No, I was
going to say, don't say anything.
Fine.
I reckon I was right there. I was good. I'm not critical of anything. I'm just stating things. The sky is blue. Adelaide's beautiful weather.
But what I will ask you about is, Forde's got a great history of giving young players like you first coming into the league a lot of confidence and big roles. Can you just talk about how much it's helped just having the confidence of your coach when you're now finding your feet in the NBL?
It means a lot, me coming as a young guy and in a respected league as an NBL. For your head coach, not your assistant, your head coach to, give you the confidence and uplift you every day and give you the opportunity to go in and make mistakes and play through and just grind it out. That's the ultimate. Every player will want that, I feel like the goal is to, be on the floor and make mistakes, and that's the only way you can grow. So credit to Coach Forde, and I'm growing a lot. I felt like from the beginning of the season to now, I feel like I grew a lot as a player and as a person too. So credit to Coach for that.
Absolutely. Forde, a bit of a lighthearted one to finish. You don't play again until New Year's Eve. You get to go home now. You've got a young family waiting for you. Do you get a chance to, at least for a few hours or whatever it is, forget about basketball and enjoy Christmas with the family?
Oh, definitely, and that was probably the message that I gave the guys in the change room. And what I love about this group too is we're not a group now just to put our feet up and tick boxes and go through the motions. These guys going to go to work and they're going to continue to keep applying their trade and wanting to get better. And even, you know, Drew's message post-game in the change room talking about things we needed to work on, especially on the offensive end. So, you know, that's what I feel with absolute confidence for the guys, just to sort of put their feet up, you know, for the next 24 hours or 36 hours and just, you know, have have some food and relax and enjoy some celebration, enjoy some family. Lockie's getting married, so congratulations to him and future Mrs. Barker. So, you know, there's things, right, that are bigger than basketball, and we can use this time to obviously reflect on that and enjoy it and then get back to work.
How excited are you to get off the plane and go see your little one when you get home?
Oh yeah, he's pretty pumped. He's at a good age where it's fun. So excited to get home, and I've got some family out in Cairns too. So it's going to be a big Christmas, and it's going to be a good week.
Very good. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.